We can talk about pollution, or deforestation, or plastics and overfishing. We can talk about how we're rapidly running out of clean water for drinking. We can talk about our obsession with convenience and consumption and materialism. We can talk about our tendency to wage war. And these are all really important issues because they affect us as citizens within our respective regions. But as far as the entire Homo sapiens species is concerned, nothing holds a candle to the threat of global climate change. And nothing is more important than solving our energy needs and our fossil fuel dependency. This is what will define our global times. For the first part of my life, I was a total science and mathematics geek. I was into fusion energy and environmentally friendly technologies. Unfiltered, untamed energy. When the rules and laws of gravity, nuclear forces, and electromagnetism were combined into one super force, everything was different. One night, I opened up the paper and I saw this listing. It said slam poetry, and I said, well, that's interesting. I'll go check it out. I've always sort of been into poetry my life. And I'm sitting there in the audience, my spine is tingling. I went home and I wrote. The next day, I wrote some more. I just started to have an epiphany that like this art form is a perfect combination of thinking and literature and theater and performance and musicality. What came when life first appeared on this planet? It depends who you ask. Because if you ask an evolutionary biologist, she'll tell you that Mother Earth oli ke kumulipo during her labor.
No kumuli boy ka po he kane. No po ele ka po he vahine. No ka uku ko ako a no kana he a ko apuka. No ke ko e nu he eli ho opu uho nua no kana he ko e puka. And when she was ready to push, the moon pulled with one last tug on her womb. And as the embryonic waters rushed forth, they contained a single cell. Coming from Hawaii, we grew up with a lot of oral tradition. We've been doing it for generations and generations and millennia, and here we are with this sort of a new-ish form of spoken word, which is slam poetry and performance poetry. But really, if you look at the grand scale of things, it's just a continuation of the exact same things we've been doing for forever. We come from this lineage. We're like distant cousins at the family reunion, looking up our family tree at the men and women who led to us, looking up to see the last ancestor we share in common. She was born about 200,000 years ago.
I've known Kealoha from the beginnings of his poetry slam, and just knowing him from before that in my art center, just knowing where he's been and where he's gone, and how this piece, in my opinion, is like a culmination of all the knowledge he's gained, both as a scientist and as an artist. It's just all right here in one thing.
Got
to be starting something. Cause this is it. Call me symbolic, but it all adds up in the end. And if we can reduce our carbon footprint just a little bit, and if everybody else does too, imagine the impact we could have. Imagine how sustainable we could be and how much lighter this world would feel in our hands as we pass it on to our children. Use fluorescent yellows and reds in the places where there aren't any color. Dance for the moment, scope your life out of soil, and make the universe smile. Be the expressive process that is humanity. Tonight, I want you to think about your life, and tomorrow, I want you to live it.
So much to gain just to have joy. You're hungry for more, and you've gotten bored with the things you bought before and your dated decor. You can't help but hoard, and yet your spirit's born as you go from store to store.